Dear students, already we have started chapter 3. At the chapter 3, we have learned some of the topics, and today we are going to start two atom models. You know that in this chapter there are two atom models. Number one is Rutherford atom model and number two is Bohr atom model. Rutherford atom model has been established in 1911, and this model has been established based on alpha particle experiment, Rutherford's alpha particle experiment, from which experiment at first we came to know that inside the atom there is nucleus. That means the concept of nucleus has come first from Rutherford atom model, from alpha particle experiment. That's why this model has been established based on alpha particle experiment, and it has been established in 1911. Okay, now come to the model. Number one postulate: a positively charged heavy particle is existing at the center of the atom, and the name of the center is nucleus, and electrons are roaming around the nucleus. It is number one. Number two, atom is electrically neutral. Why it is neutral? Inside the nucleus there is a positively charged particle named proton, and surrounding the nucleus electrons are roaming. Electrons are negatively charged particle. In case of atom, the number of proton and electron are same. That's why they can be neutralized by each other. For this reason, atom is electrically neutral. Now, number 3. Rutherford atom model can be compared with solar system. Why? In case of solar system, you know, planets are always roaming surrounding the sun. And in case of Rutherford atom model, electrons are roaming surrounding the nucleus. For this reason, this model has been compared with solar system. Up to this clear? Okay. But this model has some of the limitations. Limitation number 1. Rutherford told that electrons are roaming, but how it is roaming, in which path it is roaming, into how many shell it is roaming, no idea has been given by Rutherford. That means he didn't give any clear idea about orbit. Limitation number 2. Rutherford said that in case of this model, Rutherford compared this model with solar system, but in this model electrons are negatively charged. According to Maxwell-Boltzmann theory, whenever a charged particle is roaming around anything, that time gradually radius will be decrease, and once upon a time it will fall down into the nucleus. But in this case, in case of atom, we never see that electrons are falling down the nucleus. Why? Rutherford couldn't give any idea. So what is the second limitation? Rutherford atom model has been compared with solar system, but in case of solar system, planet and sun both are electrically neutral, but this is charged particle. For this reason, it can't explain Maxwell-Boltzmann. A Maxwell-Boltzmann theory. It is supposed to fall down, but it is not falling down. Now come to limitation number 3. Rutherford couldn't give any idea how the electrons are roaming surrounding the nucleus in case of multinuclear atom. What do you mean by multinuclear atom? Do you think that there are more than one nucleus? No. Such type of atom where there are more than one electrons. In this case, Rutherford couldn't give any idea about the roaming of electron. It is the limitation of Rutherford atom model. To solve these problems or to rectify this, in 1913, another one scientist named Niels Bohr proposed a model. The name of this model is Bohr atom model. Bohr atom model has been established based on 3 postulates. Postulate number 1, the concept of fixed energy level. Postulate number 2, the concept of angular momentum. Postulate number 3, the concept of the absorption and the radiation of energy. Now come to the postulate number 1, fixed energy level. According to this concept, whenever electrons are roaming around the nucleus, they are not absorbing or radiating any energy. That means energy is remaining fixed. Number 2, concept of angular momentum. What do you mean by angular momentum? Do you know that? Angular momentum is the product of mass into velocity into radius. Here mvr is equals to ns by 2 pi. That means angular momentum is equals to ns by 2 pi. Here m is equals to mass of the electron, v is equals to the linear velocity of the electron, r is equals to mass of the orbit, h is equals to Planck's constant. What is the value of this constant? 6.626 into 10 to the power minus 34 joules second. And n is equals to energy level, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. How it is 1, 2, 3, 4? Because Rutherford didn't give any clear idea about the energy levels, but rather Bohr gave a clear idea about the energy levels. Bohr said that electrons are roaming around the nucleus in different level, different orbit. Whenever it is expressed by n. Whenever n is equals to 1, it expressed the first energy level. First energy level is expressed by k. Whenever n is equals to 2, it indicates second energy level. Second energy level is expressed by L. Whenever n is equals to 3, it expresses the third energy level. And third energy level is expressed by m. So here n is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. And in which energy level how many electrons are existing, you can find out according to Bohr's theory, Bohr's formula. There is a formula of determining the number of electrons in different shell. The formula is 2n square. According to 2n square, you see if it is first energy level, for first energy level it will be 2 into 1 square is equals to 2. At the second energy level, number of electron will be 8. The third energy level, the number of electron will be 18. So here mvr is equals to ns by 2 pi. So n is equals to energy level 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Now come to the third concept. Concept of the absorption or radiation of energy. Suppose here is nucleus. Surrounding the nucleus, electrons are roaming. It is first energy level, it is second energy level. The energy of first energy level is E1, the energy of second energy level is E2. Whenever any energy is applied on atom, that time electrons of the lower energy level are absorbing energy, and after that they are jumping to the higher energy level. What are they doing? The electrons of lower energy level are absorbing energy and jumping to the higher energy level. And in case of higher energy level, they are releasing energy. After releasing energy, they are jumping to the lower energy level. For both of these chains, a band is created on atom. This band is known as atomic spectrum. This band is known as atomic spectrum. And the difference of energy in different shell is del is equals to E2 minus E1, and E2 minus E1 is equals to h nu. Here h is equals to Planck's constant, you know, and del is equals to absorbed or radiated frequency. Is that clear to you? It is Bohr atom model. Now, even after that, there were some of the limitations. What were the limitations? Limitation number 1. Bohr explained about the atomic spectrum only for hydrogen atom, but he didn't explain atomic spectrum in case of any multinuclear atom. Limitation number 2. Bohr said that whenever electrons are jumping from lower energy level to higher energy level or higher energy level to lower energy level. For both of these chains, a band is created at the atom. But actually, it's not only a band. This band is a combination of lots of single lines. Lots of single lines. How many? We don't know. Many. Unknown number. So, from where these single lines are coming, he couldn't give any explanation. It is limitation number 2. Then come to the limitation number 3. What is the limitation number 3? Can you guess? Number 1 limitation, which one? Number 1 limitation is Bohr couldn't explain for multinuclear atom. And number 2, about atomic spectra band. And number 3, Bohr said that according to Bohr atom model, the position and momentum of an electron is fixed. But according to Heisenberg uncertainty principle, the position and momentum of an electron can't be determined together at a time. Whenever position is determined, momentum will be uncertain. Whenever momentum is determined, position will be uncertain. This is the limitation of Bohr atom model. Is this clear to you? Okay. At the next class, we will discuss about the difference between Rutherford atom model and Bohr atom model. Okay. Thank you.